Wow, it's Saturday already. I look really tired. Wow, I didn't notice how tired I was. Hello everyone, I'm Jonathan Aquino and I help teach the next generation. So today I finished everything that was not the course. I joined a new LinkedIn group that is mainly there to just get more impressions and kind of test the waters with content. I found a new group and I scheduled, I think 2 weeks. Tomorrow's the reset for scheduling group content. So I'm going to schedule another 2 weeks. It's a whole month of content on it. And it's mainly just a test. If it's a group that gives impressions, comments, and it's good for me, then I'll continue to do what I usually do with my other two groups that I post on. And if it doesn't, prove good, then hey, I tried. And if I can say that, I've tried in several groups. So far, two have been like very key ones where I've gotten, meeting new people, connections, a lot of impressions. Like I can attribute most of my early success in like trying to build a personal brand and trying to position myself as an expert to one of them, which wasn't even like my main niche. I'm a time management guy, but the main way that I was getting impressions and stuff was from sales. A little weird, but I respect the hustle. Sales is really goddamn difficult. So there's that. I also scheduled all the pins on Pinterest, and that's all done. That's scheduled for the rest of the month. 7 different book reviews. I can do the other Monday newsletter ones as well if I so choose, but I just want to test the waters with the newsletter first. If it doesn't provide results, I more than likely will just not do it because it took 2 days roughly to get it done. And that doesn't seem worth it if I'm getting 2 days for minimal results. Sure, I could test, but there's only so much I'm willing to do if the first time results aren't super promising. Because the last thing I want to do is waste my time on things that don't matter or don't provide me with a net positive. Because sure, I'm learning how to create pins, I'm learning digital design, that's helpful, but it's only so helpful if in return I get like one impression, a click. Like that means diddly dick to me if it's one. Now, if it's like a couple hundred, a couple clicks, now we have something that I can work with. But if it's like negligible results, there's no point in trying to continue it. So if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, we'll can it. If it kind of worked, we'll see, and we'll do a smaller scale test to see what to improve on. So that's all done. So I have the course slides quote unquote done, but I'm gonna do re-edits, redos, touch-ups probably tomorrow and possibly Saturday because I want to make sure it is up to my high standards of what I want people to see. If I ship that out and just did recordings with what I have currently, I would be upset with myself because that is bare minimum. I have the ideas on it, I have everything that I would want on it at a base level. And that simply is not good enough for me on a personal note. So I'm gonna be touching up, maybe adding some slides, changing ideas, fleshing out talking points. It's just going to be making sure that when I start recording, it is as simple as record and speak genuinely on something that I am proud of making. Because that's what happened with my presentation that I did last year for my capstone. I rehearsed, I practiced, I edited like maybe 10 times a day. leading up to the presentation. I think the day before, I rehearsed it maybe 100 times, because no matter what, I knew when I got on stage, in front of the the room with like hundreds of people, that I knew if nothing worked, no presentation was showing, that I knew the whole thing in my head correctly, and I could say it with my heart because I believed in what I said. And that's what I want this course to be. You only get one first impression, one chance. And I don't want to mess it up with the course, because this is the first paid, technically the mentorship I have, but that's a separate thing. This is the first paid thing that I'm going to be offering that I feel needs to be done right. With mentorship and coaching, that's kind of an evolving thing, and it changes from person to person. The course is a one and done kind of deal. One and done. If I mess up, then I'm gonna be the one that feels it. You may not feel it, the people buying it may not feel it, but I will know, and I will judge me very severely. There's no, I would say there's no greater enemy than me, because growing up, I've kind of tuned out everyone, and even now, like, I'll hear from peers, I'll hear from friends, from family, from everyone. And in the end, the only voice and the only person that I want to make sure is happy and satisfied with the end result is me. Because if I'm satisfied, great. Because in the end, everyone could disappear, and I will still know that I still fucked up something. I could do the best thing. If one thing messes up, everyone will see the good and I will only see the bad. It's just how it works. So I need to make sure that this course, at least the presentation, is good. The recording, I'm a lot more comfortable with. I can talk, I can do public speaking, no problem. You tell me to go in front of 10,000, no problem. I could rehearse, get ready, no problem. But it's the slides and the visual aids that I care more about, because I'm not as good at designs as I am speaking. I've practiced speaking for a long time. I haven't done a lot of slides and editing in a while. The last time I did was the presentation, which was April-ish, maybe even March 24 was the last time I really took that seriously. So it's been a while. But once this one's done, this is the hardest one, because this is my first course that I'm ever putting out. I've done like full guides previously on this channel, like essentialism, how not to waste time and stuff like that, but that's like 30 minutes and on YouTube and for free. This is behind a paywall. This is going to be maybe 10 hours or more of me talking about time management and how to improve time management. And I'm hitting a lot of different topics that some you may never have heard of, some you may be aware and just choose not to listen, or some you may already do and excel at. I'm hitting a lot of different bases, and I want to make sure I get it right. It's not perfectionist per se, because a couple mistakes I'm okay with, but I have very high standards for myself when it comes to my work. So I want to make sure I get it right. I also went to the gym today, and what was it? Chest and shoulders. Honestly, I'm getting kind of, I used to not like working on chest, and now it's slowly becoming my favorite. And it's actually not because of chest whatsoever. I still don't really like training chest, which is why I simplified it down to just like 2 exercises: incline, Smith machine because I go to Planet Fitness, and barrel press, where it's like you have, so if you know like a fly, dumbbell fly, you widen up to a certain point and you just go up and back instead of wide and back. It's just this. I have found that really fucks my chest in a good way. That's all I do though. I did a little bit of flies today, cable flies. I don't really like cable flies. I tried dips, that didn't feel good. So kind of just sticking with what I have. Maybe in a different season, that won't hurt, but shoulders is what I like to train on that day. But otherwise, I kind of just, after I finished the first of like 17,000 drafts of the course, I kind of just took a break. I've been going at 120 for 4 days. And it seems like I'm at like just the verge of getting sick and exhausted. So I'm glad I could push myself and see, okay, 4 days of dedicated nonstop. You are doing nothing but work, and grinding is about my limit for now, which I can see, which is good. 4 days, that's good. Tomorrow it's just working on revising, so it's not as strenuous. And I'm also doing plasma in the morning, so I don't have to do anything for like an hour. I'm just kind of on a bed for an hour, so I'm like forced to relax as well. So I have that going for me. But otherwise, I mean, kind of going on a steady rate. I'm probably going to, how I foresee next week going. So Sunday is more relaxed. Monday, kind of the same deal, because I'm still probably more than likely re-editing, retouching, fleshing out some points. And then probably not Tuesday. Tuesday, I might start setting up the Skillshare, because I have the interview and I'm gonna move my desk back in this room, so I'd have less echo, because in my desk setup is in the living room because it's just there. I like that in there more. But I have my interview on Tuesday, and that's a good way to test everything. And then probably Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm going to be in this room the whole time, and I'm just gonna record everything in that time frame. If I have to record it multiple times, I'm gonna do it, but otherwise it's just gonna get recorded, one take, and go. So maybe I do Wednesday as practice, and then Thursday, Fridays, we'll get there. But I think I want to have everything at least at a satisfactory level by Tuesday, so I could start practicing heavily on Wednesday, start recording on Thursday, and be done by Sunday with everything, so I can have a course out, because I want to have a course out. And then the following week, work on Skillshare. Following week, Amazon. That is gonna take even longer, because there's so much more to talk about Amazon than time management. But that is like a little later. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. I still have a couple things to do. Gotta read. Gotta do my meditation. Gotta reflect a little more on what I'm doing and making sure I'm okay. So anyway, take care, everyone.